Over 3 billion people around the world rely on fish as their primary source of protein. Raise your hand if you eat fish once every month. Raise your hand if you eat more fish than that. Well, I have news for you. Industrial fishing is a very big problem. Not only for the environment, but also for the 35 million people who fish in the world. 90% of them falling under the small-scale fisheries, according to the Food and Agricultural Organization of the United Nations. They all rely on their fish to survive. Their fish are being taken away by illegal fisheries and large-scale commercial fisheries who take as much fish as they want. They leave hardly any fish for the many islanders in the world. Many think sustainable fishing is a solution. Sustainable fishing is defined by the Australian Marine Conservation Society as fishing that has a minimum impact on marine habitats. They target fish carefully and leave enough fish behind to replenish stocks. They have little or no bycatch, such as dolphins, turtles, or sharks that are accidentally caught and killed in the fishing process. The problem with sustainable fishing is, who's monitoring it? The licensed boats should pay tax to the countries they fish in, but many governments, according to Africa Renewal, lack the capacities to monitor the operation of fishing fleets, let alone collect revenues. Since they can't monitor fishing, who's going to hold the different fishing boats accountable for not fishing sustainably? There are laws designed to protect the oceans and the countries nearby, but people either don't know they exist or they are way too complicated. Who in this room can say they completely know and understand the laws of the ocean? No? Well, let me try to explain them. Boats in internal waters, territorial waters, and contiguous zones which are within 24 nautical miles from all coastlines means they have to listen to the countries nearby. Boats in international waters beyond 24 nautical miles from every coastline. They are under their flag's rule of whichever country they register their ships to. Once again, governments can't guarantee the boats will follow these rules because they are not able to monitor every boat that passes through. Children in many countries are starving because of industrial fishing. Do you want children to suffer? In Kiribati, a country that contains 3.5 million square kilometers of coral atolls compared to their 800 square kilometers of land, the children and their families are all starving from industrial fishing. Local fishermen, Cataracts, states that 5 years ago they were able to go out and catch enough fish for their families, and now they can barely get by. Their main source of food comes from the sea. Large industrial fishing boats take 90% of the $2 billion of tuna caught in Kiribati waters alone in the past 2 years, according to Greenpeace. It's so unfair that the small local fishing families, and it ruins their lives. Now let's talk about the environmental impacts. I don't know about you, but I always see fishing nets abandoned in the sea and on the beach. This type of single-use plastic has an enormous negative impact on ocean life, as I explained 2 years ago to some of you. One day, I hope we will accomplish zero waste, because it's awful what we are doing now. And what about the unnecessary serial killings of sea turtles, marine mammals, albatross, and sharks in the industrial fishing practice? It's ironic that the ocean is the one thing that is so important for many species' survival, yet we are killing it. Industrial fishing techniques don't only kill, but also destroy the bottom of the ocean by stirring up sediment, depleting oxygen, causing whole ecosystems to collapse. The fact that we don't know for certain what happens out at sea is what's really terrifying. Therefore, we need a solution. I propose that we raise our voices together to show islanders and the environment our support, and thereby asking the governments that boats are monitored more carefully and are only allowed to fish near their own countries, not in international waters. By limiting industrial fishing, it will be easier for governments and environmental independent organizations like Sea Shepherd to stop illegal fishing and will give small-scale fisheries a chance. Not only this, it will also help the environment. That's why we must all share what we've learned today with at least one other person to create unity in this fight. Together, we are strong.